I found out about my genetic disorder in an emergency room. Not from doctors, from a file they chose not to open. I was adopted as a newborn. My parents loved telling the story of how they waited years for me. How they painted the nursery twice. How I was meant to be. Whenever I asked about my biological family, the answer was always the same. Medical history is limited. Nothing significant. We were told everything looked fine. So I never questioned it. I grew up healthy, or so I thought. There were small things, headaches that lasted too long, moments where my vision would blur for a second, a strange metallic taste in my mouth before I felt dizzy. Doctors called it stress, dehydration, growing pains. At 26, I was presenting a project at work when the room tilted. I remember the projector light, the sound of someone saying my name, then the floor rushing up toward me. When I woke up, I was in an ambulance. Seizure, they said. In the hospital, wires were attached to my scalp. Machines beeped steadily beside me. A neurologist walked in holding a clipboard. He asked gently, "Is there a family history of epilepsy?" I said I was adopted. He paused, then he flipped the page toward me. It was a scanned note from my adoption file. Biological mother diagnosed with epilepsy at age 19. Managed with medication. The air left my lungs. I asked how he had that. He said the hospital requested my original records because the seizure pattern suggested something genetic. It had been there the entire time. Documented, disclosed. When I confronted my parents, they didn't deny it. My mother started crying immediately. "We didn't want you to grow up afraid," she said. "They told us it might never happen." Might. My father said they didn't want me labeled. Didn't want teachers treating me differently. Didn't want me thinking I was fragile. So they chose optimism over preparation. I asked if they had ever consulted a neurologist for me as a child. They hadn't. No monitoring, no preventative medication, no emergency plan, just hope. The seizure caused a concussion. I wasn't allowed to drive for 6 months. I lost my promotion at work because I couldn't travel. I had to relearn how to trust my own body. The hardest part wasn't the diagnosis. It was realizing the risk wasn't unknown. It was ignored. My parents truly believed they were protecting me. But protection without information isn't love. It's control disguised as kindness. Now I manage it properly. Medication, regular scans, medical ID bracelet. I don't resent them every day. But sometimes I wonder who I would have been if I'd grown up informed instead of sheltered. Because strength doesn't come from pretending something isn't there. It comes from facing it early. And being trusted with the truth.